Hey, we're just around the corner from today's Tao Daily Tarot reading. But a quick heads up for you. You're looking for a new life, and what you have to do are these two things. Primarily, new life, these two things will lead you to a new life. We'll have details coming up in a moment. Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for joining me, whether you are a new timer or an old timer, first time around, or you've been here several times. In either event, thank you very much. For the people just getting here for the very first time, let me quickly run down a list of what separates this reading from other tarot readers. And there are fabulous tarot readers out there for sure. First of all, I do archetypal readings. I take a look at the images on the cards and I go with those images. Now, over a period of time, because I do an 8-card spread and only 8 cards, because the Tao, by definition, is a simple path. So 8 cards, 4 different decks. What I do is I take a look at the energies of coming, going, pushing, pulling, the things that you're dealing with every single day of your life. Things are coming and going in your life. Things are pushing and pulling in your life. It doesn't make any difference. What I do is give you this energetic weather report. Okay, and what that is aimed at doing is giving you information. It's like, okay, let's say you live in a climate where the weather changes quite a bit. Do you want to know whether it's sunny or it's gray, it's wet, snow, rain? Is it humid, hot? What do you want to know about your weather so that you can prepare for the day? This is what this tarot reading does for you. It is an energetic weather report. I also do something called the hyper shuffle, and I try to get this whole thing put together in about 10 minutes because you are busy. Even with this COVID craziness, which is now seemingly beginning to lift a little bit, your life is still pretty busy. And so that being the case, 10 minutes, an energetic weather report, dealing with energies that you're dealing with, that's the whole premise. Oh, by the way, too, like and subscribe, very important. I'm trying to build this channel on YouTube. So please, every time you have a chance, like and subscribe. If you are a long timer, just go over and click like, the thumbs up button when you go over. If you're a new timer, you got to subscribe and like. I would appreciate that. Thank you much. Now, I mentioned just a moment ago something called the hyper shuffle. People like to see their tarot readers shuffle the cards, and we'll be doing that right about now. All right, there you go. That is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's tarot card reading, the Tao Daily Tarot card reading on the day of the day after the new moon. And speaking of new, how about new life? We had this yesterday, just prior to the new moon. We're getting it today, just after the new moon. And when something like this happens with these cards, there's a message there, an especially strong message. This is an opportunity to begin that new life. If not actually, in fact, then start to feel it. Start to manifest a new life. 2 days in a row, that's a very strong message. You are in possession. You have the tools to start a new life. Wipe that board, that slate clean, take off and run. So we begin now on the side of the energies, coming and going energy. We go with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, very passionate. She knows her stuff. This is the gal who, if she would walk into a room full of people, everyone would notice her. Every eye would turn in her direction. She has a lot of sex appeal. She has a lot of enthusiasm. She has a lot of passion. She is the keeper, if you will, of passion. All right? You can see the staff in one hand, which designates the passion. Sunflower, it looks like, in the other hand. Growth, opportunity, brightness. Sunflowers are bright. So she is kind of like supercharged about life. And it may tell you where you're headed or where you want to go in terms of starting your new life. We go from there to the Three of Wands. Again, more passion, more enthusiasm, more zest for living. Except that the Three of Wands says that you're looking towards the future. You're in a cooperative or collaborative mood. Now, what that can mean is you are starting to reach out to other people and saying, okay, that's enough. And apparently that seems to be the case, kind of just popping up all over the world. People have said this is enough of the COVID thing. We want to get out and have our lives again. And maybe it's as simple as that. But it may also be that you are trying to balance certain parts and pieces of yourself, your own psyche, your past, your present, looking to the future. You want to do it with enthusiasm. Alrighty? And it bodes very well, man. Remember, we're talking about a whole brand new life here. We move over to the side of pushing and pulling energy, and we go to the Fool, the Zero, the beginning of the major arcana for sure, and the beginning of the tarot deck. Clean slate, brand new. And, people will look at the Fool and go, hey, he's just silly, he doesn't care, doesn't make any difference, he's just going to go have fun. Well, yeah, there may be some of that. But the Fool also indicates to me faith. I'm going to step forward. I don't know what's the future holds. I don't know what's on the other side of this precipice I'm standing on. I don't care. I'm still going to go forward with happiness, with joy, with enthusiasm. And I think after this past year, a lot of people are realizing they have to do that on their own. They have to create their own joy, their enthusiasm. And kind of supporting this, we stay with the energies of pushing, pulling. We pull the Hierophant. He is a lot of people call him Pope, if you will, of the tarot deck. What the Hierophant talks about is formation, organization, doing it the way it's always been done, tradition. And maybe you're looking at this idea of maintaining tradition and saying, guess what? I'm going to start my own tradition for me. A tradition of joy, a tradition of trust, a tradition of enthusiasm, and an almost kind of lust for life. Because remember, we're talking new life here, right? New life, that's the overriding idea. We go to the first magnifier card, Tower. Tower, not necessarily anything bad at all. It just means something has to come to an end and something has to crumble. And if indeed you are looking for a new life, then the old life, or parts of it anyway, have to crumble, don't they? Yeah. If you're looking for enthusiasm, joy, love in your life, and you realize that you're going to have to be a major sponsor in all of those things to create that stuff in your life, to create the new life, then this Tower is a welcome sign. You are ready to do so. We move from there to the Ten of Swords, also a good card, meaning that much of the mental craziness that you've been experiencing has ended. Ten of Swords is the end. We move from there to the Ace of Swords. Ten of Swords says the mental anguish and suffering, probably self-imposed. Yes, it's been fueled from the outside, but probably self-imposed. This mental anguish is ending. You're going to have this Tower moment. Why? So you can have this new life. And the final card that I have here is the Eight of Swords. Okay, and the Eight of Swords in reverse, I might add. And that's significant because the Eight of Swords in reverse confirms what I've been saying up to this point. It's a release. It's mental liberation. It's clear thinking. It's renewed initiative. You are deciding enough of putting myself in a prison, because that's what the Eight of Swords is. If you flip it around, it's somebody actually imprisoning themselves. And yet she's free. She's just wearing a blindfold, so she can't see that she just has to get up and step out. Here, she knows that. She has that. The reverse is a really good sign. It is a sign of self-liberation. So the idea of having a brand new life, everything in this tarot reading supports that. You are in control. You are in charge. You've decided to have enough. In fact, doing a pre-shuffle, I came across the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Cups going forward, meaning that you are now choosing the Nine of Cups. You're choosing your wish fulfillment. You're choosing that brand new life. I love it. Beautiful Pisces new moon. Alrighty, that's the reading for today. I hope you join me tomorrow. I do a brand new read every day, 365 days of the year. And I hope, again, that you join me tomorrow. If you don't, between now and the next time we have a chance to visit together, blessings.